Welcome back, class. So for today's lesson, we're going over another term to know and be aware of, and that term is deadlock. This is a term you will see pretty much on any type of card. It's usually on an enhance, but deadlock is a gatekeeping ability, sort of like combo. Whereas combo is a keyword ability, a static that says you cannot use the combo ability unless you meet the requirements. Deadlock puts the same requirement on each of its effects, so such as a deadlock enhance, which is an ability that you can only use if your rival has more than 10 foundations in their stage. So, for example, Deft Maneuvers here. It has a deadlock enhance of your weapon attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. So you can only activate this ability if your rival has at least 11 foundations in their stage. This can include face-up foundations, face-down foundations. It does not include assets or extra characters, however. So you're only looking to count foundations. Now, deadlock is an incredibly powerful ability, usually. Like, let's take the deadlock enhance on Ore Strike. Your rival discards 3 cards. It has no cost, it has no drawback. The only gate you have to open is your rival has to have at least 11 foundations, and you can automatically force them to discard 3 cards. Deadlock is a very powerful mechanic in this game. It prevents your rival from building a massive foundation base to block all of your attacks, or to throw as many attacks as they want during their turn. They have to always be careful of deadlock threats. And that's also why you need what some people in the community would refer to as lock breakers. These are cards, funny enough, like Quick Response, that can destroy 1 or more foundations as a cost to help maintain your foundation level to keep you just at that maybe 9 or 10 range, where you can continue to play as normal, but you're not threatened by going into deadlock, so that your rival will not have access to their deadlock abilities. So anything that says like destroy one foundation as its cost, this is a lock breaker. This is a good way to keep yourself out of deadlock. So when you're deck building, it's always a good idea to have a couple of different cards that can keep you out of deadlock, such as Quick Response. Let me just change my parameters here. Destroy 1 foundation. And a lot of these will be on foundations. Attacks can also destroy foundations, but your lock breakers are the ones you're going to want to have in your stage to use whenever you need to. So something like Immortal Shapeshifter is an amazing lock breaker, because not only can you destroy 1 foundation to give it your attack 1 damage, but you can also make a control check of 5 as a response, and if you pass that control check, you can gain 1 health. So a great lock breaker that can also increase your health. So yeah, deadlock is something to be feared in this game, and it's just very dangerous if you build yourself into 11 or 12 foundations. Deadlock abilities can really punish you. However, if you build into maybe like 15, 20 foundations, maybe the deadlock threat doesn't pose as much of a threat because you have enough answers in your stage to deal with it. I've definitely punished some people in deadlock for going into that 11 foundation range, but I've also had my deadlock not matter because my rival had so many answers in their stage by building into a deep, deep deadlock. So just something you should be aware of when you're building your deck, and when you're making sure how many foundations you have. 10 is the magic number where you're not in deadlock, and you can probably survive pretty well. Just be careful if your rival has anything that can force you to build foundations, then you would be in danger of being put into deadlock. So, with that said, I think that's all that there is to be said about deadlock. Until next time, class dismissed.